Alright, so I do trade futures, including ag products, and I've been noticing that price has just been declining slash plunging on the daily chart. So rarely do I follow news. I try to read the technicals, but if I can align the fundamentals with the technicals, uh, I'm pretty sure my trading would improve. Nevertheless, this article is coming from Reuters. Grains, Chicago corn plunges on canceled Chinese sales. Wheat falls further. Now these are the fundamentals. Chicago wheat touched another 21-month low on Thursday, while corn hit an 8-month low as export competition and canceled sales by China hung over grain markets. U.S. Department of Ag said private exporters canceled sales of 233,000 tons of U.S. old crop corn to China. Wheat earlier fell to its weakest since July of 2021, below a previous 21-month low. We are unwinding a lot of bullish news. You got Russia has a large wheat crop. They are selling into the world market. Ukraine is trying to sell their grain into the world market, and the EU is trying to keep grain from coming into their countries. I don't know why, but a year ago, with the Russia-Ukraine war, um, I don't know if it was at its heights or not, but Russia was blocking off the Black Sea, and that was the way Ukraine was exporting their ag products. Between Russia and Ukraine, they supply roughly, I think, I don't know, 15%, 25% of the world's wheat. So, uh, so now those countries are kind of just offloading their reserves to the world. Also, I live in the Northeast. We've been hit with rain this weekend. Rain expected this week and next in the U.S. plains has tempered ample drought concerns regarding hard red winter wheat. I was told in the West, or in the central Midwest, the Mississippi River starting to overflow, and a year ago, barges were getting stuck going down the Mississippi. So it's night and day. Global wheat supplies have also led the market to look beyond repeated warnings from Moscow that it will pull out of a Black Sea grain deal, allowing shipments of Ukraine unless Russia demands are addressed. Advancing U.S. spring planting and competition from Brazil were also a drag on corn and soybeans. There's too much competition on corn and soybeans, and the weather's open for planting. Net sales of U.S. corn for shipment in current and upcoming market years fell to a 15-week low in the week ending April 20th. All right, so before we go to the charts, I just wanted to see when was the last time that I did a grain video. This was soybean oil, so looking for one on wheat and corn. Here we go. Okay, so 1 month ago, so 4 weeks ago. All right, so I'm going to start with corn. And I'll just go to the weekly chart. Okay. So I think I can recall from the video Price was sideways. It was range bound. And I had this dotted line here specifying that if price could break below, price was heading to this daily buyers level at 604. And it did hit, right, and pull all the way back into where price was range bound before collapsing, right? So let's go look at that zone on the daily chart. Yeah, it was a beautiful, had a rally in price, basing candles in the gap higher. Price came back, could not penetrate the zone, which told you that there were buyers below here. And that's kind of what we saw. Alright, so this is Friday. This must be contract rollover because it's a huge gap. Thursday, Friday. Yeah, this is Sunday. Alright, so where's price headed next? Well, fundamentally, price is heading lower, right? But I'm going to take this off now. I mean, we should at least retest the pivot low at 560. Let's go down to the weekly chart. All right, should be able to close that gap at least. All right, here's the next level that I'm looking at. And I'll get into why in 1 second. Say 5. Okay. Daily buyers at 536. Alright, so if I squeeze the chart up, I'm looking at volume. And this extended range green candle was on pretty good volume. So we have a rally in price, basing candles and a rally out. Kind of same formation as we saw up above. Price pulled back but could not get to the level. So there's definitely buyers or unfilled buy orders at this level here. So can price continue to move down lower? For sure. It's looking for liquidity. All right, let's go to wheat. Okay. Now if we go to the weekly chart, wheat was also range bound, but your moving average is pointing down, which meant that price was in a downtrend. Price is now sitting in that daily buyer zone at 620. Let's go down to the daily chart. And what was I looking at here? This probably was a breakout. Pulled back, shot down lower. All right, let's look at that level a bit more. All right, so you got, okay. So here's a zone here and another zone. So you got two levels where you have buyers at. The zone appears to be breached. So the next zone, I'm going to tighten that up. It's down here. Right, strong move higher, strong move higher. You know, maybe the stop goes below. Let's see. That's a huge stop. Just want to see what price did. Yeah. Alright, so price is still in the downtrend. Doesn't appear to show any reversal patterns on a lower time frame yet. This candle here is the candle in control. We'll do orange. Meaning, if we get a close below the low on Friday's candle, price should continue to move down. Price happens to move up and closes below, closes above candle high, Friday's candle high, price should potentially reverse. Alright. We'll take those arrows off. Now, what's interesting about this is that price actually formed a seller's level. So it's going to be difficult for price to move higher. It has to get through this level first. I'm going to make this white as well, because now to the left of that zone you have a pivot low. So let's see how things transpire this week. Let's go to soybean. Now, what we got going on soybean futures, let's roll out. So I was anticipating soybean to move higher because here was the liquidity, but price did break the uptrend line, which dates back to April of last year. And you can see the 13 simple moving average crossing over the 26. Right, so that's bearish. Price has not filled that gap yet, but based on the chart, momentum has shifted from an uptrend to downside bias. Let's go to the daily chart. Here's that gap that hasn't been filled yet. We have another gap that hasn't been filled yet, and another gap that hasn't been filled yet. So on Thursday of last week, price closed below the pivot low, indicating that price wants to go lower. Looking at volume. Alright, so based on the downward bias price action, I'm looking for a target at the 1342. So let's see how things pan out this week. And today is April 30th. There should be an ag report coming out the 12th or 13th of May. So we'll see how things go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.